Presenting you concept of offshore center. Have you ever heard of Labuan Offshore Bank, such as CIMB Labuan Offshore Bank, Maybank Labuan Offshore Bank, and so on? In this video, I'll be presenting you about the concept of offshore center, the advantages and the disadvantages of the offshore market. With a favorable tax treatment and low cost of setting up and operating, offshore center succeeded in attracting substantial numbers of international businesses. It provides financial services by banks and other agents to non-resident companies. The majority of financial institution liabilities and assets are non-residents. A more practical definition of an offshore center is where the bulk of financial sector activity is offshore on both sides of the balance sheet. That is, the counterparties of the majority of financial institution liabilities and assets are non-residents. Offshore centers are usually referred to as jurisdictions that have relatively large numbers of financial institutions engaged primarily in business with non-residents. Offshore market provides the following services: low or zero taxation, moderate or light financial regulation, and a strict disclosure of bank secrecy. Several major advantages of offshore market are: it has a minimum or zero tax on the business profits or other income, the business operation secrecy, asset protection or secrecy, and less procedure and regulation that leads to easier administration. Sad to say this, but offshore market has its own disadvantages as well. First, it has money laundering, creditor avoidance, which means transferring assets or money into an anonymous offshore company to avoid bankruptcy. And lastly, tax evasion, which means avoid paying high tax from their gained profit. Thank you.